Well, we'll go for a little bit longer here. Not the longest amount of time, but just a little bit more to kind of get the update on what's going on here. In terms of recruitment, 4 dudes left. We're on max points. I'm going to do one more check of prospects just to see if there is anybody left that we can get. Again, the cheat code to knowing if we can get them is we will have scouted information for them if they were worth a damn to look at. And then obviously we can add as many as 2 dudes. So let's double check the list really quickly. We'll see if there's a bowl game, and we'll also get confirmation on who has been promoted and relegated after week 15, because typically there are a couple of teams to play here and there. Will Brown, 66 overall. He's not too bad. We can start to add him to the list. Is there anybody else? 67 wideout, Sean Ingram. 67 wideout, Obadiah Kemp. There was a bust to 63 running back, Drew Roberts. We'll avoid him. A 63 wideout, Eric Andrews. I think we can pretty much leave it at that. So we will give all 3 of these guys scholarships and maximum points, just to see what happens in that conversation. So let's get confirmation on the end of season situation here. So bring up the old conference doc and see who is heading where. Oh, we didn't make it. As Ryan Allen goes to Tennessee. So it will be, let's see. We won't worry about the top options right now, although Florida is the team to beat to try and knock them out. As again, you can see the outlook of our program has gotten significantly better off the back of this recruitment class, which is great. But let's take a look at the conference standings one more time. Northern Illinois has been promoted. We don't yet know the seeding. And Navy has been promoted as well. Northern Illinois and Navy on the way up. Navy got them on tiebreaker over Georgia Southern. In the SEC No Arms Division, Mid-Tennessee State has been promoted, no surprise, while Coastal Carolina has been relegated. In the no legs, Syracuse, for the 2nd season in a row, have earned promotion. But Eastern Michigan has been relegated. We go to the Pac-12, the Bottoms Division. Florida Atlantic have been promoted, while Indiana has been relegated, I believe, again. And in the Tops Division, Rice has been promoted, while Colorado State has been relegated. In the Mountain West Piss Poor Division, North Texas has been promoted, while Kent State could not avoid the drop this season. They survived last year by 1 win. They couldn't do it this year. Kent State has been relegated. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to have to go back through these really quickly because I can calculate the relegateds, but I can't calculate the promoteds yet. Ball State has also been promoted out of the Mountain West from the Poor Piss Division, but San Antonio has been relegated with a 2-10 overall record, 2-7 in the conference. So San Antonio drops. Really quickly, back in the Pac-12, you had Indiana at 3-9. Colorado was at 3-8 overall. So I mean, it's kind of a toss-up there as to who gets relegated. And then Coastal Carolina was at 5-7, and then Eastern Michigan was an abysmal 2-10 overall in the season. So there we go. We are caught back up with where we want to be. Let's take a look at some sweet action. The paper division sees South Carolina on the rise. The Gamecocks have been promoted, while Hawaii have been relegated with a 2-10 overall record. One division win was the difference between them and Tulsa. Hawaii have been relegated. In the plastic division, Wake Forest have been promoted, while UAB, Birmingham at 11-1 overall, have been relegated. In Conference USA, the Tobago division sees Memphis get promoted, while Boston College, for the second season in a row, have been relegated. Or Boston College, poor dudes. In the Trinidad division, Iowa State have been promoted, while Fresno State at 2-10 have been relegated. I don't know if they'll be winning a national title anytime soon. Fresno State is down. For the Big Ten, the Hub Division, NC State have been promoted, while Kentucky have been relegated after a 2-10 overall season. In the Vidyas Division, the Baylor Bears have been promoted after getting dropped last year, if I'm not mistaken, while Oklahoma State at 6-6 overall, but 3-6 in the conference, have been relegated. In the Big 12, the Vagoos division sees Louisville get promoted on tiebreaker over Iowa, while Arizona State get relegated again, if I'm not mistaken, finishing 1-11 on the season, 1-8 in the conference. In the Willys division, Oregon State finally gets separation from Washington State as they've been promoted with one more win in conference over Texas Tech, while TCU continue a bit of a free fall. Big Cal, thank you for the follow, by the way. If you have any questions about what we're doing here, ask away. But TCU, 5-7 overall. They will be relegated down to the Big Ten out of the Big 12. That brings us to the third tier, the Americans. Out of the catch-up tier, Florida. The Gators have been promoted, while Missouri, at 2-10 overall, have been relegated. In the Mustard division, the U, Miami has been promoted. Love the NCAA 14 stuff you're doing. Well, thank you. I'm having a blast doing it, so I'm glad people have enjoyed it. Miami is up, while Pittsburgh is down with a 3-9 overall record. So again, Florida and Miami up, Missouri and Pittsburgh down. In the ACC, the Followers division, Penn State. Unbelievable. Penn State will be going to the top 6, while LSU have been relegated. Outrageous. Wow. So LSU are down. And in the Leaders division, Oregon on an absurd tiebreaker. Oregon promoted into the Big 6, while UCLA have been relegated. So we know Penn State and Oregon are going up. Relegated from the top 6 in independent status, Clemson and USC. That is insane to me. But it has happened. The two-time national title winners, USC, have been relegated. Clemson will join them in relegation down to the second tier, the ACC. So next year it'll be Georgia, Texas, Ohio State, Alabama, Penn State, and Oregon in your elite class as an independent, as one of the best 6 teams in college football. Wow. Some pretty drastic changes coming up, man. But again, we will be stuck in the misery division for at least 1 more season. Scopes, what's going on, man? How are you? It's just a heartbreaker that we're going to be stuck down here. An absolute heartbreaker. With our record, though, we should be projected for a bowl game. Are we? We're projected for the Lending Tree Bowl against Nebraska, while Bama and Utah might just be duking it out for the national title. Okay. We'll see what the final bowl results end up being. We'll take a look at some stats at the end of the season, but for now, we're going to find out the conference championship winners as for who will get the higher seed of promotion. Well, because that will end up deciding divisions, of course. So, Cal, I am on PC. I am using an emulator. I do have, actually, I don't have this one on 360. I have 13 on 360, but yeah, I'm not paying $200 to play the base level of this game. As Lenoris Sellers of South Carolina, their quarterback, the sophomore, wins the Heisman. We are indeed heading to the Lending Tree Bowl to take on Nebraska. So, Frank, we changed how we were doing things. The two teams that make it to the conference championship game, they are advancing. Instead of if they lose that game, they get punished, which is what we did in season 1, which is why we didn't get promoted, because we lost our bowl game. But we're letting that conference championship game kind of decide what happens, and then bowl games are just bowl games. They don't really have an effect on the standings or anything like that. So it's another year of a bowl game. We lost ours last week. That was week 15 last week. No, it was conference championship week. I made sure to sim through week 15. So let's get the confirmation then about the higher seeds, as we will go back to conference championship week. South Carolina wins the MAC. So South Carolina, who get promoted, have won the MAC. They will be the number 1 seed moving up. In the Big 12, Louisville will take that number 1 seed as they get promoted. Navy claim the Sun Belt title over Northern Illinois. We would have played Navy, I just realized, for the number 1 seed. Memphis takes the Conference USA Championship. Mid-Tennessee State absolutely trounced Syracuse for the SEC title. Florida beats Miami in an all-Florida affair to win the American. So the Gators will be the higher seed moving up. Ball State survives Texas, or North Texas, that is, in overtime to win the Mountain West. So Ball State, your champions of the Mountain West this year. Penn State beat Oregon for the ACC title. Those two teams, of course, are getting promoted to the top 6, but Penn State will get the higher seed, which was over USC. Had to mark that down real quick. There we go. Florida Atlantic beats Rice for the Pac-12 championship. And the Baylor Bears outduel NC State to win the Big Ten. So there you go. Again, we know we have our final game of the season, a bowl game against Nebraska. Before that, however, we saw the Heisman. I can't imagine we have anybody in contention for the... Oh, well, we do. Both Doc Holliday and Cal Gary were All-Americans. First team. In the lowest tier. And then the All-Freshman team. Yeah, I mean, we're never going to have anybody there. The All-Sun Belt team, by the way. Forbes was up there for the first team. Northern Illinois had a lot of representation. Holiday and Gary were there again. We had quite a bit of representation. for the all-conference team, but it only means so much, the entire NIU offensive line, right? So we'll get confirmation of the other bowl games once we get there, but to take a look at our stats on the season, Forbes was our only quarterback, 15 touchdowns, 5 picks, 2,600 yards. I mean, it's a good touchdown to pick ratio. 15 passing touchdowns, not ideal, but he had over 500 yards on the ground and 7 touchdowns. Hot Hamburger, who missed at least a game due to injury, 12 touchdowns, over 1,100 yards. He's a senior, though. He's leaving. That's depressing. That's depressing. We're going to lose some good talent. You've already seen quite a few seniors at the top of these boards. 5 touchdowns for La Nutmeg Shiverbus. With 666 yards, Kenoff was the top guy there. For the O-line, Brad to the bone, allowed 6 sacks. Defensively, 80 tackles for the senior Dusty Bottoms. 23 tackles for loss for the senior defensive tackle Cal Gary. And 6 sacks for the senior Doc Holliday. We are losing some talent, man. Butch Cassidy with 2 picks. Our kicker went 16 of 20. 34 for 34 on the extra point. Fair enough. Nebraska, our opponent for the national title game that we're not in because it's not a national title game. And my heart wishes it was. It's our national title game for the season was the joke I was going to make. Well, let's get this ass kicking over with. It's probably not going to go too well for us. Hulk, we won't get to names tonight. We'll kick off probably Monday's stream because, again, people keep begging me for F1. Nebraska being chosen to win this. It would be our first bowl game win. Can the Cowboys overcome the Cornhuskers to win our first bowl game and to cap off our now-to-date best season with a little bit more of a positive spin? Let's see what happens. A cold, rainy bowl game. Not ideal, but hey. The mustache is ready to roll. This is an excellent consolation prize. Is this an excellent consolation prize? I would trade in this bowl game for promotion. Brother of Andy Reid, Randy Reid. Head coach Randy Reid. Randall. Setting off pyro in the rain. A good decision. Lad Peebles Stadium. Are we naming the kicker tonight? We are not. Again, we'll get to naming people tomorrow or Monday, depending on if the F1 deal happens. Which you probably will, so people can shut the hell up. All right. Get another bowl game. We are what, 0 for 2? I think? At least 0-1. Maybe 0-2. We are going to do a fair amount of simming, of course, as we do. As I believe we return the opening kickoff, or not too long after that. Hot start for the offense in this one. 14-7 at the end of the first. You get 14-10, 17-14 for Nebraska. 20-14 at halftime. Not great. 0-1 in both bowl games and conference title games. Neat. 27-14. Oh, sweet Christ.
Welcome back to the action here as we resume play here.
Well, it turns out we still haven't won a bowl game.
I'm all for being aggressive, but I really think you've got to be smart when it comes to when to go for it.
What a catch by Buchanan.
When to punt and
There will be no comeback to be had here. We're just going to have to spam verts and hope we score quickly.
From their own 40-yard line. First down. Throws in a hurry.
Worst throw I've ever seen. Was he hit as he threw? Was it deflected? The hell was that? Oh, man. Another bowl game loss. Like, at least we're getting there. Like, we get credit for getting there. But you'd like to win one eventually. Play for Marshall. Bunny, take it easy.
First and 10.
I just want to see if we can get a touchdown quickly with the boys. Dude, he cannot throw to his left. It's a blind spot. That is twice. He just cannot throw the ball to his left. That one definitely wasn't deflected.
He fires this one. Finds the junior.
Kenoff! What a pick by 83. Well, we do get a quick score. Gotta look to go for 2. Popped out. It's Shiverbus moving. Shiverbus drops it.
A 5-play, 77-yard drive, but the failed 2-point conversion keeps it a 6-point score.
Wide open, and he fucking dropped it. If that doesn't sum up our season of so close yet so far, I don't know what else does. We got to be incredibly aggressive here. Honestly, we'll allow ourselves to get beat over the top. Yeah, we'll allow ourselves to get beat over the top. I mean, we're going to be aggressive as shit. We have to get this ball back, so.
Really got to step it up and make a stop. Hands off up the middle and stuffed.
We need a turnover as quickly as we can possibly get it.
Second down.
But we are going to continue to blitz.
24-yard line.
And hope for the best.
Fires quickly and he's got his man. Tackle made at the 45-yard line.
Boy, this is a huge play by the offense, and I got to go.
We were half a second away from getting to their quarterback.
Which means the offensive line's got to do a good job of communicating to give the quarterback enough time to be able to make this throw. And they did.
We needed to force a turnover.
Gave him the time that he needed, and he was able to take advantage of it.
Oh my God, what a ball. What a pass. Jesus Christ, Harburg has kicked the hell out of us.
From the 29-yard line, it's first down.
Marshall is now out for the game. Huge hit. No fumble.
That short passing game is where you see all those hours in the summer that you put in pay off.
Boys, now is the time. Forced fumble, an interception, something, anything.
Just throws this
Okay, stops the clock. I'm not giving up yet. I mean, it's very unlikely. It's Northern Illinois is losing to Memphis, the bastards.
Third down, and they need to get it to the 19.
Here we go.
Got it to his man on the screen. They'll bring him down around the 21.
4th and 2. They are in field goal range, of course. He hits this. It's a 20-point lead.
The kick is up, and
it's good. Or at least trying to send out our seniors with a play or two they can be proud of. Looks like Utah and Florida did end up being the number 1 and 2 matchup for the national title. All right, Jesse. Looks like we got some decent blocking this time. Jesse James, decent return. Doesn't have the outrageous breakaway speed, though.
They did a great job on their last.
All we can do is go right back to the verts.
Let's see if they can duplicate.
All we can do.
Well, it's one thing to have speed. It's another thing to have an idea of what you're doing and how to attack a defense.
What a catch! Kel Kabowski! My goodness.
He passes for his third touchdown of the game.
What a play by Kel.
Is he's very patient with the ball, and it's resulting in some nice scores.
Get that guy a map to steal a line. Wow. Well, it's going to come down to whether or not our defense can force a turnover.
Everyone's all lined up and
I don't know if they can, but that's what it's going to come down to.
he kicks it off, and he got all of that one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback.
Nebraska's a team on a mission right now, it appears. They have put up 20 points in a row.
20 points in a row, huh?
From having put through the field goal last time.
This would be a great way to send off our seniors with a comeback win here. They go for the screen. It's going to work out pretty well. Big hit, no fumble.
How about the big fellas up front? This line will have to continue to play like that to build the consistency to help this offense be effective.
First down, 10 to go.
They're doing well in terms of reading the blitz, but I mean, what choice do we have but to keep going for it, you know?
He gets rid of this one.
Great job by the
Defense knows how to hit. That's true.
quarterback. And right now, I think they've got
It is true. There have been quite a few heavy hits, but there we go.
You know, Brett, this is one of those plays where the quarterback just...
All right, one more stop, especially if they don't keep the clock running. And you never say never from there.
Forget about it. Let's move on to the next play.
Third down now, and they need to get it out to the 50.
They go underneath and get the first. He threw it into double coverage, essentially, and still got the first down out of it. Oh, zone coverage. How I hate you. Almost got there with pickle, and a nice pickle there, I would hope, but no. And at least the clock stops. We gotta keep blitzing. That's it. Gotta keep blitzing.
He's tackled at the 42.
Big play here, especially with that clock ticking. Absolutely gigantic play here.
Watch out for a pass play when you're in a goal line D.
Here's a screen to the wideout. Brought down around the...
I set that guy in man, but they saw him quick and easy on the flat. We just can't get the stop that we need.
We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 30.
And they're going to start killing more time, I'm sure.
Less than 3 minutes in the game.
Yeah, they are too.
And he's tackled around the 30.
Dude, we just cannot force a fumble right now. I got to save these timeouts.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
In case they get a different first down. Got absolutely juked by that quarterback. They're back in field goal range. Getting destroyed by a guy named Heinrich.
Well, they'll line it up again on 3rd down. 2 for 2 so far.
Not even Kirk could pull that off. We're not jumping. Fuck you. I mean, we might. I can't control if the AI does, but Oh my God, a pick there would have been amazing. A good play by little doggy, but again, they are in field goal range. And this would make it a 3-possession game if it's good. I'm going to ice him. It sucks to have to use the timeout, but we're pretty much going to have to be banking on an onside kick anyway. I need him to miss this. I need him to miss it. I don't know if he was actually iced or not, but we'll try. And it didn't matter. That's the game right there.
Nebraska to kick. He really got a...
We needed that interception instead of that swat down.
Tries to get around the corner. He makes it out to maybe the 20-yard line.
Oh, we need another miracle here. We tried like hell to get the comeback for the boys. It's not going to happen. Going to go 0-2 in bowl games in our tenure here.
Let's see if they can stop him this time.
This offensive coordinator's got to be feeling so good about the execution.
As Kenoff, a great play, but I couldn't shake the last defender. The clock will be ticking. I should have just stepped out, but we had to try to go for the big play. To Kel E. Kapowski, intercepted, and that'll do it. The corner didn't get lost that time. That'll do it. We had no choice but to air it out. We will lose another bowl game, this time to Nebraska. It is a season's worth of what ifs. He found his map. He sure did. And that's what you get for talking shit, everybody. Not you, but I mean me. In which case, it's not a good idea in which to talk shit. A really deflating end to our season, to miss out on promotion and then to have that happen. We ride again next season, but that is, I don't even want to look at the number. I'm bummed. I am bummed out.